We have this misunderstanding that communication is about speaking, is your ability to speak. Communication is not your ability to speak, it's your ability to send a message to someone else in a way that they would receive it how you intended to receive it. If they are not receiving your message in a way that you intend them to receive it, then your communication is lacking. But of course, you can't expect it to be 100% because when you're speaking to people, there is someone there, there is an experience behind that person, there is a bias behind that person. But to an extent, you should be able to deliver your message in a way that it's going to be received in a way that you intended to be received. If I was to give you an example, let's say you go to a funeral and you want to send condolences to the person who just lost someone. And imagine I just walked up to the person, I'm like, I have your condolences. I do wish you all the condolences in the world. I hope you and your family are able to take this loss with good hearts. How do you think the person is going to perceive? Of course, this person is going to be like, are you serious right now? But if I come to the person, I'm like, I'm so sorry for your loss. I do wish you huge condolences. May God make it easy for you and the family. My tonality in this case was tailored to that context. Now, this is a wide example. This is a broader example. But there are gray areas where we do not focus on how are people actually receiving what we are sending to them.
Wow. You put it in a very beautiful way, and I have a follow-up question with that, because I've once heard that when you want to speak somewhere, you need to be able to read the room. You gave the example of the funeral. There is a particular mood going on in funerals that you cannot come and break. So how does it happen actually? What for you is the right way to be able to read a room? Because communication is also about how you perceive the person you want to speak to. So can you emphasize a little bit about that aspect?
When it comes to your ability to read a room, there are two aspects to it. The first aspect is when you're coming in to be the one to communicate. Let's say you are coming into a conference and you want to communicate with the people, you want to give a keynote, you want to give a speech. In that scenario, the way you can read the room is look at, okay, what's the demographic of the people that are there? Are they Gen Zs? Are they millennials? Are they zillennials? Those are the first thing you look at because you want to craft your message in a way that would appeal to them. That's one of the ways for you to do that. You read the room. Okay, what are the category of people that are there? That's one. Two, what is the context of me having to give a speech? If I'm giving a speech in the office, of course, it's going to be different from if I'm giving a speech in a wedding. It's going to be different from if I'm giving a TED talk. So you have to look at what is the context that requires you to speak. That's the first thing. The second thing is if you are speaking not as the key speaker of that room, or you are just being there to speak to someone. In this example, you go to a funeral and you want to speak to the person who lost someone. In that case, the best way for you to read the room is to see why are people gathered in this room. The vibe that you're going to take to a funeral is going to be different from the vibe that you're going to take to a networking event. And what determines is what is the purpose of the people being here? Why are they here? That's the best and easiest way for you to read the room.
All right, very good, very good. And when you were talking, you talked about you addressing a public forum, for example. Now, something that I usually notice and I always wanted to know about is that speakers that really are able to interest an audience, they always have that aspect of fun in what they say. So I always ask myself, why is it that they need big, even if it is because you said it, professionally you need to be professional, but even if it's that professional aspect, there always that aspect of being a little bit funny. So I always ask myself, why and how does it come?
Finja would always say that if you want to describe a professional person, just go to a child. You'd laugh at how a child is going to describe someone who is a professional person. The moment you meet the child and say, describe for me someone who is an adult, all of a sudden they become so serious. So we have this notion that being professional means being serious. Those two things are not synonymous. Being funny is not an opposite of being serious. Yes, there's an extent to how funny you can be in a professional setting because there's time, there's place, and all of that. There's all of those little things that you have to put into consideration. So you can't just come and be Dave Chappelle in every single situation in a professional setting. And this also goes back to your ability to read the room. But always put a spice of in whatever speech you are giving. Put a spice of fun in whatever speech you are giving. There's no one who doesn't like to laugh. There is no one who doesn't like to laugh. So laugh. And the best way for you to learn how to be able to put it in there is you have to be willing to fail. Because there are some times that you do it and people will be like, that's wrong. And it's going to register in your mind that, okay, no, I did it in the wrong time. And that's how you learn. You learn through going through the failure of it. You fail, sometimes you crack the wrong joke, or you crack it at the wrong time, or you crack it to the wrong people. And that's how you learn. But never be afraid to try it. Again, goes back to your ability to read in the room.